Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and another what I eat in a day. For breakfast one day this week I had avocado and spinach toast. I first added half a teaspoon of chili flakes to a pan with a drop of oil, and I just let those fry off for around a minute. I then added in 2 large handfuls of fresh spinach, seasoned with salt and black pepper, and I wilted that down. I then put a piece of crusty seeded bread in the toaster to toast, and then over in a bowl I added in 1 small mashed avocado. I then added in the wilted spinach, squeezed in the juice of half a lime, and then I carefully mixed everything together. I then placed the toast on a plate, added the spinach and avocado mixture on the top, and finished it with some fresh chopped coriander. I love a good avocado toast for breakfast, and this is just a different way of switching things up. It's also a really good way to sneak some spinach into your breakfast. If you fancy it for breakfast, or if you're making this for a brunch or a lunch, you could also add in some fresh garlic with the chilies when you're frying that off, which is another way to add a little bit more flavour. Either before or after breakfast I take my vitamin supplement. The only supplement I really take is vitamin B12, which is essential for vegans since our bodies don't make it. You usually get it from animal-based foods, but since I don't eat those I have to supplement it. Vitamin B12 is one of the most important of the 8 B vitamins. It contributes to the maintenance of normal energy levels, normal functioning of the nervous and immune systems, red blood cell formation, and the reduction of tiredness and fatigue. I've been using the new Beautician vitamin B12 spray, and this spray version gives you your daily dose of B12 instantly, as it's applied directly into the mouth. I use 4 sprays a day, and it is much easier and faster than tablet supplements. It's naturally flavoured with apple and blackcurrant. It tastes so good, and with chromium, coenzyme Q10 and green tea extract, it fuels the body with essential vitamins and minerals. And these 3 added ingredients were selected to form a healthy team of nutrients that go together to provide the best results. I used to take B12 tablets and felt that they weren't doing anything at all, but since using this spray version, I've genuinely noticed such a difference in my energy levels. I feel less tired, and it works so much better for me. I'll leave all of the information and a link to the new Beautician website in the description box below. A little while after breakfast I had this Rebel Kitchen coffee milk straight out of the fridge. This is literally made with spring water, coconut milk, date nectar and organic coffee. After shaking it I added some ice to a glass, and then I poured over the iced coffee and just added in my glass straw and stirred it up. If you know me, you'll know that I'm not a coffee drinker at all. I just can't drink it hot, but I do occasionally enjoy an iced coffee, and these are really lovely. They also do chocolate, matcha and chai milk flavours, which are all really great too. And I'm still drinking everything in my large keep cup. It's actually really great for iced drinks too when the glass is too cold to hold. For lunch I then made this lemon and garlic cream cheese pasta. I first added some boiling water to a pan along with some salt, and then I added in some whole wheat penne pasta. I use around a cup per portion. I cooked that until al dente, and then I drained it off but reserved some of the pasta water, around 1/3 of a cup. I kept that to the side, and then in the pan I added half a teaspoon of oil. I then minced 3 cloves of garlic and added that in and fried it off for around a minute. Next I added the cooked pasta back in along with the water. I stirred it through the garlic, and then I added in half a pot of this KoKo dairy-free vegan cream cheese and the juice of half a lemon. I stirred that well, and then I took some fresh herbs. I chopped up some fresh parsley and added that to the pan, and then I also chopped up some fresh basil and added that in too, and then I seasoned it with salt and black pepper. A carefully turned it all through, and then I served that up with a little bit of fresh rocket. I used to love making cream cheese pasta. It's so quick and easy to make, and you all know how much I love the KoKo plain yogurt anyway, but they've recently brought out a few vegan cheeses, so I had to give this a try. It works really well and adds a nice creaminess. And how beautiful are these pasta bowls? These are from Dente's new Studio Blue range, and this is the style blue chalk. I think they're so pretty and they're the perfect size for my kind of pasta portions. For something later after lunch, I had some papaya. I just cut one in half and had half. I chopped it up into smaller pieces and just had it like that with a cut up peach too. This was actually the first time I'd ever had papaya, and I've got to say I'm not mad on it. I don't know if I had a bad one or if it just wasn't for me, but I just don't think anything can beat mango for me. I'm crazy for mango. For dinner I made some roasted Harissa cauliflower steaks. For this I first preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. I next cut one small cauliflower into steaks. I then brushed a large baking dish with a little oil, placed the steaks in, and then I took some harissa, which is like a chili paste, and instead of this you could use curry paste, and I coated each piece in it really well. I then added a few spare bits of cauliflower that were left and coated those too. I then placed that in the oven to roast for around 40 minutes. Meanwhile, I added some rinsed brown rice to some vegan stock in a pan, and for more flavour I added in a couple of bay leaves. I then brought that up to a boil and left it to cook for around 25 minutes. Meanwhile, I added 1 cup of KoKo dairy-free coconut yogurt to a bowl with 3 minced cloves of garlic. I grated in a quarter of a cucumber and added in a bunch of chopped fresh mint and stirred it all together. Once the rice was cooked, I then added in half a can of chickpeas that I had left over. I mixed those through and then I plated that up first. I then removed the roasted cauliflower steaks from the oven and placed those on top. I then drizzled over the garlic, cucumber and mint coconut yogurt and added on some sliced pickled chili peppers, some sliced red onion and also some fresh chopped coriander on the top. I made a cool drink to go with it, so I took Coconut Merchant's Refresh watermelon juice. I added some ice to our glasses, then a few slices of lime. I then poured in the watermelon juice, which is so tasty, and I also took a bottle of this Jack's KoKo sparkling coconut water with raspberry. I've never had anything like this before, but it's so refreshing. I poured that in too and squeezed in more lime, and then I gave it a stir. I made a very similar dish to this in a week of dinners video that I did not too long ago. You all loved the cauliflower steak recipe, and this again is another way of doing it. As I say, instead of the harissa paste you could use curry paste as well for a different flavour. You could also do couscous or quinoa instead of the brown rice, and just add whatever you like on the top. It was quite a spicy dish with a lot of flavour, and we usually always have water with meals, so this drink was really refreshing and fruity, and all of the flavours work so nicely together. For dessert, I had one of these little choc pots from the Coconut Collaborative. These are incredible. They're made with coconut cream and they're like a chocolate ganache, but I've never liked chocolate ganache and I love these. They're not too coconut sickly, they're like a rich chocolate pudding, but it's just enough for something after a meal if you fancy something sweet. That's it for another day on my plate. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, all of the recipes are written up in the description box below for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!